Hello, how are you guys? I hope you are safe. You're all safe and healthy. Um, this video is to explain what you should be doing this week towards the final project implementation. During this second week, and assuming that you have successfully completed the assigned work last week. Um, this week, you're going to be putting together a proposal for your final project. So essentially, going back and referring again to this chart that shows the steps in the development process, what we did already, or what you have done already, is investigating three APIs. That was, last week's work or assignment, and now we're going to be moving on towards the next two steps in the chart, which is the plan and the design. Um, so what you need to submit this week is going to be a written proposal uh, in your portfolio, in which you are going to identify the purpose of the app, uh, what does it intend to do, as well as the functionality of the app. Um, Purpose and functionality are two different things. Purpose is the intended objective. That means that, for example, if I refer back to the example that I share with you in class, that was kind of showing or using the COVID-19 API. Well, I would say that the purpose of my app would be to provide users with updated information or updated statistics uh, regarding coronavirus cases. So that would be the purpose. Now, when we talk about functionality, we want to have an understanding of how the app itself works. So, going back to the example that I presented to you this last week, if you ask me about the functionality of my app, or this particular app, I would say that the user needs to click on the get today's stats button in order to get an updated view of the coronavirus cases around the world. Okay, so that's essentially the difference between purpose and functionality. So I want you to explain or describe both the purpose and the functionality of your app, and as well as identify the API that will be used. It will definitely need to come from one of the three APIs that you already explore, and just narrowing down your decision and saying, well, out of the three APIs that I tested, I am going to go with this particular API. And also, you will need to describe the features shown in the prototype and how they kind of help the purpose of the app. So this last part connects again to the purpose and the functionality. Um, Again, looking at my very simple example, I would talk about, the different labels, the title, the button, maybe talk a little bit about, of course, the web API component that I'm using to connect to the API and obtain the values. So that's more or less what I want you to kind of include in your written proposal. How long does this written proposal need to be? This is perhaps no more than 2 maybe 3 paragraphs. That's it. And together with your written proposal, you're going to include a prototype. And I'm going to be adding or providing a link to the prototype template. But essentially, this is a PDF template in which you can draw, you can print it, download it, um, essentially modify it as you see fit. Another alternative, if you feel like going a little bit ahead, is to actually create some views in Thunkable, maybe adding the design elements to your final project tab, and perhaps taking a screenshot of this live test or something like that. Again, I'm not expecting at this point any working functionality. I just want to see what is the design that you have in mind. Essentially, providing this template with 3 different screens, but you may use as little as 1, maybe 2, perhaps 3, or maybe print out the template 2 times and just use as many screens as you need for your project. When is this gonna be due? This is gonna be due next Tuesday. Let me just check the calendar. Um, so we're starting on April Monday 27. This is going to be due the following Tuesday, Tuesday, May 5th. Okay, this is when all this information should be included in your portfolio. Okay, you're going to add it to the same page that you already created, in which you share the links to the 3 APIs, and simply just add to that page, okay? Rather than eliminating the links to the 3 APIs, just start writing after that, okay? So that we have kind of a history of how you progress through the implementation of your project. All right, all this information and links are going to be available in Unified Classroom, and I see you during our protected time on Wednesday, where I will clarify any other questions that you may have. Stay safe, and I see you very, very soon. Bye bye.